another discussion here. And it will be inbounded naturally.
Inbound the ball.
Now they're saying, are we in the bonus? Oh boy, now they're saying it's 1-1, and
confusion reigns supreme here at Wildwood.
Yep, right now.
Hard to believe only 43 seconds have been played here in this overtime period.
43 seconds, a shot in an unprotected basket. Two conferences, two nice long conferences too, ones that aren't easy to unravel with 2:17 to go. I can tell you who has what up to this point while we're waiting. Margaret Rowell has 26. Kyle, can you just correct me if I'm wrong? Leggett now with 13. 6 for Carcara, 6 for Hobson, 4 for Donahue, for their total of 55 now. Polini with 20, including that 3 for Wildwood. She leads the Warriors. Stacy Boyle with 11, 9 for Michelle Grasso, 8 for Aspenberg, 3 for Douglas, 2 for Klund. And Polini will go to the line.
She will shoot these. 1-1.
Boy, Teresa's been facing a lot of pressure in the last few seconds here, and she has responded.
She's really come up with a big ball game tonight. Defense and offense. She has a chance to tie the ball game once again right now.
Oh, doesn't get the roll. And Leggett with the rebound. Boy, somebody set her alarm clock, because she's played a lot better lately as we got into the fourth quarter. Hobson almost
usually
traveled.
set up here to take some time off the clock, although they used it last time in a tie game. They'll pop one person out from that double stack and then run it back out front and set it up again. And that's really all there is to it. You're trying to lull the other team to sleep and get something back door like Leggett got last time. She's trying it again.
And that'll be the call.
And she turns it over. We haven't seen that all game, and then that's what they're going to exclusively here in the overtime.
Wildwood down by 1, 55-54 with 1:40 to go in the overtime. Here's Polini.
Ocean City playing man-to-man. They no longer have Carcara guarding Stacy Boyle.
Douglas is watched by Elton out here.
Now they're back into their 3-2 zone that they used for a majority of the game. Wildwood had solved back in the third quarter. They haven't seen it for a while. We'll see what they come up with.
Here's Grasso.
On this odd number right now. Doesn't mean as much now with the three-point rule, but still win or lose situation right now if they hold it all the way down.
Right. Douglas almost had it popped out of there. Here's Polini baseline.
Down to 50 seconds.
Nice look.
Gotta watch Ocean City running the length of the court here as they call a timeout.
4 points for Kerry Klund. There's 41 seconds to go. A great pass by Teresa Polini. And Wildwood has seized the lead one more time. It's 56-55.
Backed by popular demand, singing Valentine flowergrams. Marie's has thousands of colorful roses. And what would Valentine's Day be without saying I love you with roses? From Teleflora, Snoopy's Love Bouquet. Snoopy in his flying ace gear gives a fond reminder of caring to your sweetheart. FTD's Hearts and Flowers Bouquet, a porcelain heart-shaped container filled with lovely flowers. FTD's Sweetheart Bouquet, a valentine of vivid flowers and heart-shaped accents. The feeling never ends with flowers from Marie's Flower Shop.
A doctor performs surgery on the human body. At Wildwood Exxon, their ASE-certified technicians perform all the necessary surgery required to keep your car in top-notch condition. Wildwood Exxon offers the latest in car care technology. From tires, shocks, struts, and batteries to exhaust, heating, and cooling systems, Wildwood Exxon is always prepared to operate on your car. So admit your automobile to Wildwood Exxon at the corner of Rio Grande and Park Boulevard. Wildwood Exxon, your car care surgeon.
41 seconds left. And the Raiders with the ball with 38 seconds now, and they're down by one, 56-55.
Going back to this double stack on the high post now. They're looking in the round. She loses control of the ball.
Boyle ties them up. It stays with Ocean City.
That controversial possession arrow would come back into play there.
Rowell will trigger the inbound for the Raiders. The jumper by Leggett, no good. No box out. Rule with a rebound.
Wildwood's done a good job with that all night, and it burns them with 17 seconds to go in the first overtime.
Kyle, that was her first basket, and Boyle asks for and gets a timeout. We'll keep it here with 11 seconds, and the Raiders up 57-56.
They did a great job on the boards all night, and right there, 20 seconds to go in this first overtime. It burns them for the go-ahead basket. We still have 11 seconds to go. The way Teresa Polini's been playing, I would say get the ball to her and let her make something happen. Gave him the lead last time by driving the zone and creating a very easy shot for Kerry Klun. She hit that three-pointer to put us into this overtime.
She's made nothing but good decisions since she's been out there, especially down the stretch. Teresa with 21 in the ball game. I guess Stacey Boyle might be another option too.
But once they took Carcara off of her, she's been less effective, mainly because they've been going to Polini. We'll see what kind of defense they come out in. They were in a zone. And with the lead, you would think they would stay in it, since that's what they seem to be more comfortable in. But now it looks like man-to-man here with Carcara on Stacey Boyle.
8 seconds. The spot up by Boyle. No good. Grasso better put it back. Somebody better put it up. Boyle. Yeah!
Yes! And that'll do it. Boyle.
Hello there.
Stacey Boyle got the shot with Carcara guarding her. The rebound hit the floor, and there were 2 or 3 Warriors around it. Very aggressive play. And Boyle took her time, knew how much time was on the clock, and got a really good shot off with only 2 seconds to go. And made it count as the Warriors win it 58-57.
I'll tell you, that wasn't too huge there. That was just awesome pressure basketball by Wildwood to come back from the brink twice. When that ball was down there on the floor, I didn't figure anybody was going to be able to pick it up and do anything.
But there was still time left, and to her credit, most people panic when you're setting up for a final shot and something goes wrong. The time in your brain moves faster than the time on the clock, and you think there's less time than there is. She really held her composure well and got the basketball, spotted up, and really had a very good shot there from about 14 to 15 feet for the game winner. Once they went into that man-to-man with Carcara guarding Boyle, Boyle's handled her pretty well throughout the game. And I had a feeling it would come down to her once Ocean City came out in that man-to-man. She took the first shot open and managed to get it back on the loose ball in the middle of the lane.
Just an excellent ball game. Let's recap the scoring as Wildwood wins it in overtime, 58-57. Margaret Rowell was high scorer for Ocean City. She had 26 points. Yovanka Leggett with 13, 6 apiece for Carcara and Hobson, 4 for Kristen Donahue, and 2 for Antoinette Elton. And she would have been the huge hero with the putback that gave them the lead in the overtime, and that was their total of 57. For Wildwood, Teresa Polini, what can't say enough about her. Big pass, big 3 to send it into overtime. She finished with 21 points. Stacey Boyle, another big shot, the game winner. She finished with 13. Michelle Grasso finished with 9, I believe. 8 for Aspenberg, 4 for Klun, 3 for Douglas. Warriors total of 58.
It was just what it was supposed to be, Jeff. It's a very good ball game. Not a league game. The cutoff date's gone. They just set these 2 teams up. First place team in the CIL American, first place team in the CIL National. 2 likely first seeds in the South Jersey tournament. Ocean City in Group 3, Wildwood in Group 1. It was just a fantastic basketball game from beginning to end.
And again, Wildwood boys winning the, so it's a sweep for City of Wildwood over Ocean City. The boys won comfortably, and the girls did an excellent job here, and a couple times looked like they were going to lose, but people stepped forward and made big plays, and they just weren't going to let themselves lose this time.
Ocean City only 3 losses now, 2 of them coming to Big 4 schools, as Middle Township was able to knock them off, and now Wildwood knocked them off. So something you said once again for Big 4 girls basketball. really making their presence felt around South Jersey.
No question. And 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the what division are we? The National
CAL
Division.
National Division.
Thank you. Okay, that'll do it for Kyle Worrell. And thank you. Good job again.
Had a blast. It was a great game.
I know. I enjoyed it too. Our producer director was Mr. Christopher Jones, who did a great job hanging in there through the OT. And the final, once again from Wildwood. The Warrior Girls beat the Red Raiders of Ocean City 58-57 in overtime. Until next time, Jeff Michaels, thanks for watching. And have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
For 17 days in the summer of 1990, the world's best athletes.
Where tonight we have a big forward girls basketball game between Lower Cape May Regional High School and the Warriors of Wildwood High. Jeff Michaels along with Kyle Worrell. Kyle, big game for both teams. Wildwood can pretty much sew things up basically with a win tonight.
Yeah, they can eliminate a lot of confusion here with a win tonight, both in the Big Four and the CAL. They have a 2-game lead in the CAL and a 1-game lead in the Big Four. And they have 2 tough league games left, this one tonight and against Wildwood Catholic at Convention Hall. They would have to lose both of those for Lower Cape May or Wildwood Catholic to catch them. So if they win tonight, it's a huge step toward winning the CAL crown.
Cape May and Wildwood have met 2 times. Cape May lost both times in a Christmas tournament game we did on Channel 13. They committed an awful lot of turnovers in losing at home, and I think they're going to be in for a very tough road to hoe here tonight.
Yeah, we'll find out relatively early how they're going to handle this pressure that they're going to see from Wildwood. Say by the end of the first quarter, we should have a good handle on how this game's going to go. If they start turning the ball over a lot again, it could be a long night for Lower Cape May, but if they can handle it, it should be a very interesting game.
Off the tip, Polson controls it over to Laura Souter, who starts here for Cape May. That's Heidi Von Collin, 33. Kim Hopkins is 30, and Eileen Morse is 43, and that sets it up for the Tigers. They're moving right to left in their dark uniforms, black with the blue numerals and the gold trim. But you can see that because this is TV, not radio. Von Collin to the baseline, and we're going to get a offensive foul on Heidi Von Collin, her first, the team's first.
Wildwood was in that aggressive man-to-man defense and are looking to attack right away with a full court pass.
Reach-in foul here on Kerry Klun, and that's her first as Polini missed the layup. Wildwood beat the press up the floor, got a fairly easy shot, and didn't get it to go down. Polson over here to Souter, and now into the hands of Von Collin.
And they handled the press pretty easily that first time, but they'll see it the whole game.
Souter off the foul line, good. And Cape May leads it 2-0.
This is the first time we've seen her start this year. She's very improved. She hit that first 15-foot jumper, and Cape May looks to be pretty aggressive offensively early on.
Stacy Boyle is 31. She has the basketball. Teresa Polini's 23. Douglas 44. Klun 52. Michelle Grasso, who has the ball off her hands, is 42. She's watched by Souter here. Now gets it to Douglas as Wildwood patiently attacks. Boyle off the head fake, the bounce to Douglas. Vicky was held a little bit, throws it up too strong, and the rebound taken by Morse, and she gets it right into the hands of Von Collin.
Cape May playing a 2-3. They played that for the most part against them the first time. And Wildwood was getting a lot of stuff inside. We'll see how long it takes before Wildwood will go inside here tonight against the 2-3.
Deflected by Grasso, knocked out of bounds and controlled. We'll go back to Cape May. Well, there's a nice lob to Polson. Great pass by Hopkins, and Polson knocks it down, and Cape May off to a good start. They lead it 4-0.
Katarina Polson, the leading scorer for Cape May, averaging almost 17 points a game, and it's become very consistent this year offensively.
Boyle accelerates, blocked easily by Polson, and Von Collin will slow it up and set it up.
Katarina Polson, dominating inside player on defense as well, as long as she doesn't get in foul trouble, which she's had a tendency to do.
A big board by Hopkins off the miss by Von Collin, And the foul on Grasso, her first, the basket counts.
Same kind of start Middle Township got against Wildwood as they jumped out to a big lead. And if Hopkins gets this free throw, it'll be early 7-0 lead for Cape May. Barely 2 minutes into this basketball game.
And another turnover, the steal, and Hopkins came away with it.
That pass they were trying to get there was the same pass that was working against Cape May the first time, and Cape May snuffed it out that time as they're really making their slides well in defense in this zone.
I'm talking with Dave Triano. He said that he worries about playing this team for the third time. Polson wasn't really set there. And another great defensive play by Hopkins, who comes away with a steal.
Wildwood looking to beat him up the court on a long pass as they were doing against Ocean City. Didn't work that time.
Polini from the baseline breaks the seal for Wildwood. And it's 8-2, Cape May.
Here they are, they're using Katarina Paulson to break this press. They really didn't do that the first game. They were just trying to do it with their guards, and it wasn't working. Getting the ball to the biggest person on the floor alleviates a lot of pressure for the offensive team. She can look over everyone and find the person that's most in the clear to get the ball over half court relatively easily.
When Kim Hopkins has a big game for this team, they go up one notch. When she tries to get the entry in here to Polson, it's off her hands. It goes over to Wildwood.
Sure, because they have Von Collin and Paulson, who are two good offensive players, and that gives them a third option. It really makes them a lot tougher to defend.
8-2, Cape May off and flying with 4:19 to go first quarter. This is Polini. Sue Taylor in the game. Douglas, yes. (8-4), the steal, but Taylor dropped it as she... I almost thought she took it right out of her hands, but I guess she did throw the ball to Taylor and she dropped it out of bounds. Aspenberg, 35, Amy in for Klun.
Vicki Douglas has been in some of a shooting slump lately. If she buried that first shot, it has to help her confidence.
She couldn't move because it was not after the field goal anymore. So the turnover goes over to Wildwood.
Well, it converts here. That big lead Cape May got out to is all but erased. This would be a 2-point game.
Aspenberg over Polson, and Katarina played good enough defense to make her change the shot, and Cape May gets it.
She's so much taller than the other players. She just has to stand there to make her presence felt on defense.
3:52 left first quarter, 8-4 the Tigers. Grasso got a piece of that. Baseline move by Hopkins, a little short. Aspenberg fights for it, and knocked out of bounds by Polson and goes over to Wildwood.
Right there, another thing Cape May wasn't doing the first game is she penetrated there and drew more than one defender, which freed up a couple other players for a good offensive opportunity.
Douglas in a hurry there, gets it over to Aspenberg. Back out to Vicki, off the spot up. Too strong, and Polson cleans up the miss.
And off a miss, Wildwood can't get in their pressure, so Cape May gets a free trip up the floor for all intents and purposes. And they'll take advantage of it as they walk it up and set up their offense.
Von Collin roughed up a bit by Polini without a call. Here's Morse to Polson. Off the spin, it goes in, and they're going to count that as a continuation almost.
NBA.
Yeah.
That first game against Wildwood, the first game that we saw, actually the second game they played against each other, Paulson never became a factor. They just couldn't get the ball to her, and she's been getting it pretty regularly here in the first quarter. And we all know what she could do with it.
Katarina with 5, 11-4. I did not see who the foul was on, Kyle. Did you?
I didn't pick that up and catch it either.
Here's Boyle. Over to Douglas. 11-4, 7-point lead for the Tigers. Grasso off the head fake, gets a little closer to the basket. It's short, and Hopkins with the rebound.
One shot every time, Jeff. Even against Ocean City, they were getting second and third chances. Cape May's doing an excellent job rebounding out of this zone.
Von Collin isolated with Polini. Douglas almost got that ball, but Morse was able to save it. Now Von Collin resets with 2:25 to go. Here's a lob to Polson. Oh boy, that's tough to stop.
Yeah, we might see a change on her now. Coach Toronto likes to try a lot of different things on defense when something's beating them.
I'll tell you something, Polson made Grasso miss there. Michelle had plenty of time and had room and still hurried her shot before Polson could get over there.
Katarina Paulson is controlling this game right now, and that's exactly what Coach Best tries to do.
The steal by Aspenberg. Boyle, the dish for Polini. Polson will not put it on the floor, now gets it over here to Souter and then to Von Collin, and the press is called off at that point.
Just by getting the ball to her, it makes things so much easier for Cape May.
125 and counting in the first. 7-point Cape May lead, 13-6. Morse gets to a spot, gets it back over here to Von Collin. Heidi cut off, loops it out here for Hopkins. Decided not to give it to Katarina there. Now they get it to her. Good catch, misses the shot. And Aspenberg got the rebound. Here's Boyle, Polini baseline. The jumper is too strong, and the rebound taken by Laura Souter.
A lot of black shirts in that rebounding area underneath the basket right now. And Wildwood shoots, Cape May's right there to get the rebound.
40 seconds left. Here's Morse. Out towards midcourt. Whoa, almost traveled. Did Von Collin, having trouble handling that very short pass.
They're going to try and hold for one now. And when they do that, that is going to create problems because they're no longer attacking the basket. Wildwood doesn't have to worry about defending it if Cape May's not attacking it. Really, they'll just swarm all over them if they try and hold the ball for any extended length of time.
Douglas, Grasso. Swinging around the perimeter here. Good ball movement. Gets it to Polini. Tough pass there. Good catch by Douglas. 15-footer. Short. Polson with the board. Tied up, and tied up all the way by Grasso. Possession of the Warriors with 5 seconds left.
Referees will generally give you some slack when you're reaching in for the ball. It probably would have been a foul if Paulson had had the ball originally.
Oh, there's that great inbounds play. Found Boyle, and that will do it. Little lapse there for Cape May, Stacy's first field goal, but Sam Best has to be pleased with the start. We've played one here at Wildwood. The Tigers lead it by 5, 13-8.
The guaranteed rebate from Chrysler Corporation, now extended through February 28th. January was the biggest sales month in Chrysler history. Now the guaranteed rebate has been extended to include every car Chrysler builds. If the rebate goes up this model year, Chrysler will pay you the difference. And you'll get $50 to test drive a Chrysler against any competitive model, if you buy ours or theirs.
For your guaranteed rebate, visit the Burke Brothers on Stone Harbor Boulevard and Cape May Courthouse.
For the best in local sports action, TKR Channel 13 is the place to be. Catch every exciting pin and basket each week as Channel 13 brings you the key games and scores in Cape May County. Join Bill Huff, Bill Pizzi, Jeff Michaels, Ed Imes, and Dave Rucci as they bring you the scores you want to hear. Be sure to tune in each Saturday as we bring you the game of the week. TKR Channel 13, the sports leader.
We have returned, or we are returning to Wildwood. Jeff Michaels and Kyle Worrell. Second quarter, 13-8 Cape May. Polson comes out to make that inbounds play a little easier. In the first, Hopkins had 4, 7 for Polson, 2 for Souter for the Tigers total of 13. For Wildwood, Polini with 4, 2 for Boyle. The catch and the miss by Polson there. Hopkins was fouled by Michelle Grasso. 2 for Boyle and 2 for Vicki Douglas. Wildwood's total of 8.
And now we see Kerry Clunnan playing Katarina Paulson. We said we would get an idea after the first quarter what kind of game it was going to be, and we really did. If Cape May does what they do well and Wildwood does what they do well, it should be a very interesting game. Wildwood, a guard and perimeter-oriented team, and Cape May looks to get it inside.
Michelle Grasso is out, and Lori McLaurin's in. No box out, and Hopkins got the miss from Von Collin. Hopkins doesn't get the roll. Douglas got the rebound, and Vicky's off to the race. He's going to push it up the floor here, 5-on-3. Boyle off the head fake, good penetration.